Welcome back, guys, and I am just do you guys see this fucking girl? Do y'all see this? Do you see this? Right? No, it's not a wig, it's crochet. This is crochet. This hair is by Shake and Go Freetress. The curl pattern is called GOGO Curl, and I freaking love it. Okay, the color is everything right now. Chocolate brown, it's the to-go-tos, and I am so excited. I wanted to try a different color. My hair is pink, but I wanted to do something a little more natural, but not just plain black. So I decided to go with the 430. I think it's TP 430. So yeah, this is how it came out. If you guys have watched my other crochet video with the Jamaican belts, you guys know I really don't like parts. Like, I'll wear a part with my crochet, usually down the middle, and I'll do the invisible knot method. But other than that, I don't really like parts because I feel like it's like more of a natural flow this way. If you guys want to see how I achieve this look, please stay tuned. I will show you guys the braiding pattern, the method when I got to the front, because I actually did use the invisible method up here somewhere. But I'm just really loving how you can kind of just, this was the way I intended to wear it with a bang, because I was just tired. Like, I have a big forehead, right? It's pretty big, so I just didn't feel like it. I honestly did not feel like it. So I wanted to do a bang, but I'm really like feeling it. Flip to the side and flip to either side. You can kind of just play with it to your liking. Crochets are very versatile, and I've always loved this hairstyle. I've always loved wearing crochets since way back when I was in high school, and I feel like it's something that you can always kind of reinvent, because there's always different curl patterns, different colors that you can switch up, and it will give you a totally different look. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and stay tuned. Thanks, you guys. So you are going to want to start off with freshly washed and blow dried or stretched hair. This is the braiding pattern that I use. I personally do not like having parts in my crochets unless it's a middle part, but this time I'm going for bangs and I want to follow the curvature of my head, so this is why I braided it this way. Freetress GOGO Curl in a color 2P30, and this is what the hair looks like pulled apart. And so I start in the back usually. Well, all the time when I'm doing crochet, I always start in the back. It's just easier to manage when you do it that way. I pulled the hair apart as I went. So per pack, you can pull it apart before you start. I use 5 packs, so it kind of took me longer because I did it that way. I did most of the hair off of camera because it does take a little bit of time. Those 2 braids that I just pointed to are going to be the braids where I do the invisible method. And for my fringe in the very front, I cut the hair in half instead of wasting so much length because I was going to cut it anyway. And that's just for the bang, the part that's cut. I'm going in, and those very 2 bottom braids, you can just crochet them in. You don't have to do the invisible method. You can if you want to, but that part, those knots are not really going to show. They're going to be covered, and it'll probably just save a little more time, unless you plan on like pulling your hair back into a ponytail, which I don't. I just use the regular method to crochet that section in.
This is the section where I get ready for the invisible knot method. You are going to pull the hair through, and instead of pulling both strands, you just pull one. The strand that is not going through the knot is what's going to cover the knot that's underneath the braid, if that makes sense. There are so many tutorials on YouTube on how to do this method. I'm not really going to go into too much detail, but yeah, that's the method that I use to create my bangs. The bang, yeah. This braid right here is just going to be the regular knot method. The braid right above it is going to be the invisible knot method. If you guys can see where I'm going with that. This is actually a better view of me doing the invisible. So you're pulling one through, loop it, pull through. And if it tangles like that, that's actually perfect because, like I said again, the frizz helps cover up the braid, and which works in my favor because my hair is pink, and we want as less pink as possible. It honestly doesn't bother me, but yeah, so don't really worry about the frizz. Frizz is your friend when it comes to crochet. And I am finally finished. This is the end result of using the invisible method. The hair is really full. This is the full. I used the whole entire 5 packs. You guys can use more or less depending on how you like your hair. Like if you like it really big, really full. And so my favorite part is just going in and styling it and framing my face. I did not want to leave this hair extra long. I just didn't feel like managing it super long. So I went in and I cut my bang, and I framed my face. I wanted like a round cut because I feel like it's just really cute. That's the look I was going for. And I ended up actually liking the bang, and then like you'll see towards the end I kind of flip it to the side so I can do both, which is awesome too, because who doesn't like versatility in a hairstyle, right? And when you're cutting, you kind of want to cut on a slant. You don't want to cut straight across because it'll give you that blunt look. Unless that's what you're going for, then go for it. But I didn't want that, so I'm kind of cutting in layers so it's big and nice and full, and it complements my face. And if you guys are wondering why I took my shirt off, it's because I feel like I always get a better cut when the hair is just hitting me directly versus on a shirt. And for the last and final step, I always take a bottle of hairspray. It doesn't really matter the brand. You can use whatever you have. And a comb, and I go in and I back comb or tease the top of the hair to add more volume. It just gives me the desired look that I'm going for. It adds more volume, and again, I like the frizz. It looks more natural to me that way. So I just go in at the top and underneath on the sides, so I can get more of a rounder look. And I just go around and do it to whatever section of my head I feel needs it. You can also use a blow dryer to add volume. Do not use hot setting. It will melt the hair. This is not human hair. So if you put that blow dryer on hot and you put that heat to that hair, it's gonna straighten or it's gonna melt. So use the cool setting when you're doing that. If you decide to do that, do not use the hot setting on the blow dryer. And you want to flip it, toss it, play with it until you just literally get the look that you like. And that's all that I did to get this look. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited about this color. Probably more than anything, I think it's the color. And I'm going to show you guys the back. so you can see how full it is and the reason why I braid horizontally versus vertically, because I feel like there are less gaps. So you see how full it is. Thank you guys for so much for watching. I'll see